Let's talk about ChatGPT Projects. Now I know this is not the latest and shiniest ChatGPT features, it's already a couple of months old, but I believe it is way underrated and has a huge potential, especially for people like me, entrepreneur, content creator, running my own business. So in this video, I have decided to come back to this feature and give you my deep dive on everything it can do, but also show you some of the ways I use the feature, I use projects in my everyday content creator workflow. All right, so that's what's on the menu for this video. If this is your jam, well, keep watching. Let's start at the beginning and understand what projects are in ChatGPT. Well, projects provide a new way for paid ChatGPT users to group files, chats, and custom instructions all in one place. So there are really two different ways you can use these projects. The first one is kind of like the obvious one. Projects is like a folder. So you can use these folders for organizational purposes to store different chats conversations. And I'm going to show you in just a second. And then there is another way that you can use project, which is, in my opinion, where most of where the value of project lies, okay? This one is more to use it as a command center for a new project you want to start. So this is what projects are. And before I jump into ChatGPT to show you how they work, I want to quickly cover who has access to projects as of today, kind of like mid-February 2025. So projects are, for now, only for paid ChatGPT users. So that includes all of the different paid plans, okay? So you start with Plus, Teams, Pro, obviously, and projects will be available on all platforms. So web, mobile, and the desktop apps, both on Windows and iOS. All right, so basically only the free users don't yet have access to project. Will they have access at some point? I believe so, but for now it's a paid feature. All right, so let's jump into ChatGPT. This is my Plus account, and projects will be available from the sidebar. So paid users will see right here on top of their conversation list a new button that says project with a little plus right here. So the plus is to create a new project. And then you'll see here a list of your different projects. So I'm going to tell you exactly what kind of projects I have and what they do in a minute, but I want to start at the very basics. So how to create a new project? Well, you simply click on that plus button right here. You enter a name, let's say, for example, YouTube strategy, like so. You create your project, and there you go. You have a new project. You will get to this interface right here, from which you can start a new conversation right in this YouTube strategy project. So you see, you can, when you hover over the title, you can change the title. There is a little icon right here of the folder. You can change the color of that icon, give it the YouTube red if you want, and this will also change these little icons right here. So basically, ChatGPT gives you the choice to use color codes to kind of like name your projects, which is cool. I also like to sometimes use emojis. So here, YouTube, I could do something like, I don't know, the red dot, for example, why not? And save that. So it immediately shows right here, and it will show as well right here in my different project listed. So that's for naming and choosing a color for your project. But obviously, the real value here, the real kicker, is these two extra buttons right here. This first one right here, add files, allows you to add a variety of different files. Could be PDFs, could be images, could be CSV files, so spreadsheets and stuff like that, to start building up a knowledge base within that specific project. So here in my YouTube strategy project, I could very well think about maybe exporting some of my analytics from YouTube in the form of a CSV file and then upload that here so that ChatGPT could tap into the data from my YouTube channel directly from this project folder, from this project. So that would be one thing. Another thing could be maybe a screenshot of my most viral videos so that it knows which title worked well, which thumbnails worked well on our channel, stuff like that. our channel description. So you can start building that knowledge base with these files you can upload right here via this section. You can upload up to 20 files as of today, and obviously ChatGPT will have access to these files while working in this specific project. So I will obviously show you how this works and give you some advice on what type of files to use for specific projects. But know that this button right here is your archive of knowledge for this project. So very important. And then the second button right here is add instructions, tailor the way ChatGPT responds in this project. So when you click here, you have a window, like a simplified version of the custom instructions in ChatGPT, but this one is going to be solely for this specific project. So here, for example, YouTube strategy, maybe I could give a little bit of background about the channel, what type of content we are creating, the tone of voice we are using in the channel, maybe some info about the audience of the channel, the frequency at which we post. So this kind of stuff gives ChatGPT right here some background. But you can also give it some more precise instructions, some sort of formatting, or like only answer to me in a couple of sentences, or answer as if you were my YouTube strategist guy in my team. So you can really decide how you want ChatGPT to behave within this specific project. All right, what else should you know about this project interface? Yes, the model right here. So as you can see, for now, I can choose any of the models that are available to me as a Plus user. Okay, so I could go O1, O3 Mini, O3 Mini High, whatever. The thing though is if I add files in this section right here or custom instructions, then I won't have that choice anymore. I will be by default forced to use GPT-4o. And that is because the other models do not support file attaching at the moment. And I'm sure this will change in the future as OpenAI keeps building these models and adding more features to them. But for now, you will be limited to GPT-4o if you decide to use custom instructions or to add files to your projects. So that's pretty much how they work. Now, there is one thing you need to be very careful about, and that is deleting your project. Okay, so when you hover over a project right here in your sidebar and you click on the three little dots, you'll have the option to delete your project. Once you do, this will permanently delete all project files and chat that are contained within that project. So ChatGPT gives you that warning that basically if you delete a project, which is really a folder, you will delete everything that currently is in that folder. So this one is empty, I can delete it. Now, remember I told you there are two different ways to really use the projects. The first one is kind of like the obvious way, and then you have the powerful way. Well, let's start with the obvious way. So use projects as a mere folder. So the way that works is that you see all of your conversations right here. The ones that you haven't started via a custom GPT, okay? So forget these. So the conversation started from a GPT. The other conversations, for example, me, last Sunday, I was at the beach and kind of craving some churros. So I asked ChatGPT, where is the best churros place near La Barceloneta, which is where I was at that moment, okay? So churros, for those of you who don't know, is Spanish delicacy. I was basically looking for churros, okay, using ChatGPT search feature. Now, this conversation right here could very well go under my personal project right here. So in order to bring it there, I have two options. I could click on the three little dots and then you find this button, add to project, and go personal. Just click here. It will be stored under my personal projects. Or I could simply take it, click and drag my click. So I bring it right here to my personal. And you see now it's stored under my personal project. It's right here. So that would be the obvious way. The first way, the simple way, projects equal folder. Now, as I told you, there is a much more interesting way of using projects. All right, so what I'm going to do now is to create a project together with you, and the project will be about helping me, hopefully, craft a viral LinkedIn post. Okay, so content creation, cracking the LinkedIn game, which is not easy. Since the beginning of the year, I've been more serious with LinkedIn. This is really a platform I would like to crack. And therefore, I have been posting regular content, mostly short form videos, but also posts, carousels, etc. But it's not easy. And these videos, I mean, they do get some decent amount of views, but as you can see, they are not particularly viral. Indeed, some of my most successful successful posts were around the 300 reaction mark. So this one was 23 comments, 24 reposts. This video also got pretty good, like almost 300 reactions, 16 reposts. But on average, the posts are not very viral. So let's come to project right here. I'm going to start a new project with the plus button right here, and I'm going to put viral LinkedIn post. Viral LinkedIn post. That is the name of my project. I'm going to create it, and I'm going to give it a nice blue color, LinkedIn blue. So there will be this one. So this is the base. All right. I have my project. It's created. Now, let's start adding the knowledge base, all right? So I have a couple of documents that I have prepared already that I would like to add right here into the files section. I have 3 different files. So let me show them to you first. So for that, let me bring that window right here. So there you go. I have one JPEG right here, LinkedIn viral post format. That's a JPEG, that's an image. I can show it to you. So this is something that I found on LinkedIn from this guy right here. Don't remember his name, but I just saved the image and the post went about a LinkedIn post formatting. So basically the structure, the format of a post that would, according to him, really work for the algorithm on LinkedIn. And it's true that the more I use LinkedIn, the more I see these posts formatted in such a way that seem to be kind of like the language for the platform, at least right now. So I want to try and play that game and see if ChatGPT can help me format my copy into that exact same template, all right? So I have this, it's just an image. So I'm hoping that ChatGPT will understand the structure, the content that is written on that image. So that's the first file I would like to add. The second file is a file about our target audiences. Okay, so we have highlighted 3 different target audiences for our business. That's something we've done internally to really drill down on who is listening to us, who is consuming our content. I believe this is going to be really good information for ChatGPT to understand how to craft content and copy that resonates with these 3 target audiences. Okay, so I want to include that as well. And then I have this last carousel right here, also taken from a post that I found on LinkedIn, breakdown of a viral post, okay, from a guy called Daniel Korenblum. So here is the entire carousel that he shared. So again, I screenshotted every single page of the carousel and the copy, the caption of his post, okay, that I inserted right here. This was made in a Canva doc and then I exported it as a PDF. And here we go. I have this PDF right here. So 3 files right here, 1 photo and 2 PDFs, my target audiences, and the viral post structure. So I'm going to start adding all of this right here in files. So I'm going to click here, add files, go to my downloads, these right here, and it's these 3 files right here. So you see, it's going to start uploading and it's just going to take a few seconds. Right, my files are ready. I can now leave this window. You see 3 project files. Again, the limit here is 20 files that you can upload all together. Now, let's switch over to the second button right here, add custom instructions. Okay, I want to give precise instructions to ChatGPT on how it should respond and create when I prompt it from this project. So I have put some thoughts behind this and I want to show you the custom instructions that I wrote right here. You are Ronnie. Your content helps business owners, freelancers, and creatives turn their creativity into income. Through hands-on YouTube tutorials and online courses, you share real-world strategies for mastering Canva, ChatGPT, and AI, inspired by what helped us in our own business journey. Okay, so this is kind of like my short-form bio of who I am as an entrepreneur, as a content creator. It answers the questions, who I am, what do I do, who do I try to help, in what kind of way. I have created a tutorial about this, ChatGPT for branding. You can find it here. I will leave a card if you are interested. The second part, for this project, your task is to transform my inputs into viral LinkedIn posts. Okay, so that is another important part of the custom instruction. I'm giving ChatGPT its task and I make it clear. I say that is your task. And then I will refer to the knowledge base. Use the knowledge contained in the 3 files I have uploaded in this project, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3 is one, write content that resonates with our target audience, okay, target reader. And the file equals the PDF titled Our Target Audiences. Remember, that was the title, the exact title of one of the documents I uploaded, one of the files. I'm not sure this is completely necessary. Maybe you could just say refer to the files or to the uploaded files, but me, I always try to be hyper precise while giving instructions to ChatGPT because I feel like it kind of reduces the risk of error. Maybe it's me being a perfectionist, but I like to call things like what they should be called. So second, structure the LinkedIn post in the most viral way. Okay, so that's the second task. You need to structure the LinkedIn post in the most viral way. And here the file equal PDF titled viral LinkedIn post format. And then the third file, format the LinkedIn post so it's easy to read. File is the JPEG titled LinkedIn viral post format. That's it, really. So 3 parts to this custom instruction: who you are, like background about you, then description of the task in the most direct way possible, and then third, refer to the files, to the knowledge base that ChatGPT can use to accomplish that task. So I'm going to save that. And now I'm pretty much good to go. So I am ready to start a new conversation from within this window right here. Let me see. And now you see, when I click on the model selector, it still says O1, but really when I click here, I see that only GPT-4o remains available for me. That's what I was telling you at the beginning of the tutorial, that when you use files, uploaded files, and custom instructions, by default, the model will switch back to GPT-4o, which is not an issue. I mean, I would have loved a reasoning model here, but I can do with 4o. And now I am ready to give ChatGPT its first task in this project. Okay, so I have a prompt which starts like this. Task: here is the transcript of my last video comparing DeepSeek to ChatGPT from a user's perspective. Help me turn that content into a viral LinkedIn post using the project files and the custom instructions I left you. Okay, again, so I refer to the project files and the custom instructions. I don't think it's necessary, but again, you never know. So my idea right here, let me add 2 spaces here without launching the prompt, is to use the transcript of my latest YouTube video. So I need to go and fetch that transcript right now. It's this video right here, DeepSeek versus ChatGPT. So for this, I need to open that video. So from here, I'm going to be using my little Chrome extension right here. I think it's called YouTube Summary. It looks like this. You see this little icon right here? Yes, YouTube Summary. Let me come back to the right window. So when I click on this extension, it generates the transcript of any video really on YouTube. It also allows me to copy the entirety of this transcript with this button right here. There you go, it should be copied, and go back to my ChatGPT prompt, and I'm going to write transcript, okay, and then paste the entire transcript. Okay, so only this DeepSeek versus ChatGPT, okay, YouTube, the URL of the video in case it needs it, and then the entire transcript all the way to the end. Good. Now I can launch this prompt and let's see if ChatGPT from within this project can really start adapting this long transcript, which is like a 30-minute video, to this highly formatted LinkedIn post that I need to go viral on the platform. That is the challenge. That is really what I'm trying to accomplish. You see it reasoned here. So I'm wondering, you see it's O1. Actually, the model that has been used is O1. So maybe I was wrong by saying that only 4o would be available for me because it reasoned for 17 seconds. So something must have happened here. So let's have a look at the result. All right, so it reasoned for 17 seconds. Okay, so if I click this little drop down, I can see and read the entire chain of thoughts here, which is interesting. And then it gives me the hook, the rehook, the lead. So basically the structure that I had kind of like detailed in one of the files that I uploaded. The hook, DeepSeek versus ChatGPT, 2 AI powerhouses, but which one really deserves your attention? Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe it needs a little bit more work, but we can always come back to this. The rehook, if you are a tech-savvy lifelong learner, that's one of my custom audiences or target audiences, always on the lookout for the next AI breakthrough, this post is for you. So this, not very good, I can probably do better. Lead, I recently spent hours testing both DeepSeek, the Chinese AI that broke the internet, and our good old ChatGPT. Let's skip the hype and compare them from a user's perspective, so you can decide which is better for you. And then I have the different kind of chapters of my video: pricing and access, user experience, censorship and privacy, who should use which. Okay, DeepSeek, great if you're on a tight budget like students or curious about an alternative. Expect occasional downtime. I remember insisting on that in the video. ChatGPT, ideal for pros who need reliability. If advanced features or integrations matter for you or your work, you will likely lean ChatGPT, even if it means paying a monthly fee. Okay, so I have this. It's not too bad, but it's not exactly that snappy format from LinkedIn, okay, from the structure, from what I'm used to read on LinkedIn, okay? The sentences are a tad too long. I kind of need to fix that. The ending, the CTA. Okay, so the good thing here, and that's something I want to show you, is that once you have your first answer, okay, let me collapse that. Once you have your first draft right here, what you could and what you should do is to open it in Canvas mode, okay? So I will click this little button right here, the little pencil, to get into Canvas mode. So I don't know what happened with ChatGPT lately and Canvas mode particularly, but usually when I click on this, I should expect to be right here in Canvas mode, right? Canvas mode, the split screen with my normal chat on the left side and the canvas on the other side that I'm supposed to be able to edit, but here I'm not. You see, when I highlight a portion of my text, this button should be available. Also, I should be able to see the features that are inherent to Canvas mode. So what I figured out is that you need to launch this prompt right here with your basically your Canvas prompt right here. So I'm going to launch this. It's not going to change anything on this side, but it's going to activate Canvas mode on the right side. See, now the button is here. And if I select a portion of it, I can now ask ChatGPT anything about it. So that's the little hack on how to fix the Canvas mode in ChatGPT. And now that it's active, I can start fine-tuning my copy. All right, so a few things that I've learned while preparing for this tutorial and researching what is the most viral format for LinkedIn post is that your sentences on LinkedIn should not be longer than the full length of the line on LinkedIn. So otherwise it will just skip to the next line and you might have what they call orphan words, or words that are left by themselves on the next line after the line break. So in order to avoid that, you kind of need to know how many characters are okay before LinkedIn will just warp your text to the next line. And that character limit is 48 characters. And then I'm gonna kind of steer ChatGPT in the right direction by giving it 3 precise instructions. Okay, the first one being, make sure that each line has a maximum of 48 characters to avoid orphan words. That's what I was telling you about a word being by itself on the next line. The second one is the following: replace bullets for arrows or emojis. And then, important, switch it up, okay? Add some variety between bullet points, numbers, and emoji lists. We need variety to keep people's attention, okay? So just fixing the typo here. And I'm gonna relaunch this prompt, okay? So that correction I am asking ChatGPT to bring to the initial draft. So normally it should be adjusting the format. You see, it's gonna reason again. So this really demonstrates that we're not using 4.0. I mean, at least it's a reasoning model. It's a bit confusing nowadays what OpenAI calls 4.0 or 1 or 3 mini. I'm not exactly sure, but when I see it reasoning like this, it means it's a reasoning model. So I'm not completely sure which model it is, but it's crafting and fine-tuning the adjustments here. So you can see it's been a couple of seconds. So you see what it's doing here. It's really thinking a lot. It's been like 40 seconds, almost a minute, and you can see, okay, so it's done thinking now. It reasoned for 1 minute and 9 seconds. So that's quite a long time. That's kind of the longest I've seen ChatGPT think and reason so far. But it came back with a much shorter post and a lot more like what I'm used to see on LinkedIn, actually. So let me read you the new version. So the hook: DeepSeek versus ChatGPT, 2 AI powerhouses. Which one is truly best for you? Rehook: if you chase fresh AI tips, keep keep reading. Okay, so this, I probably don't need this. All right, so maybe I can break the first line into two. DeepSeek versus ChatGPT, two AI powerhouses. Which one is truly best for you? I tested them both. No fluff. Here's my user-focused breakdown. 1, pricing and access. Okay, DeepSeek 100% free, but server can overload. ChatGPT free plus paid tiers equal more stability. 2, user experience. Okay, so here I can see a few different things here. I feel like I can improve this formatting, so kind of break down into more individual lines. And that's one of the things that I love about Canvas, is that I can work and edit directly here on the right side. So that's what I've done by adding a line break right here. DeepSeek 100% free, but server can overload. Okay, let me add another line break here. ChatGPT, I don't need this emoji right here. Let's add the corrections. User experience, okay. DeepSeek, minimal feature, no memory. Okay, ChatGPT, feel like it added some emojis where it's not really necessary. Folders, voice mode, canvas, edits. So this one right here, I feel doesn't really fully respect what I was trying to express in my video. What I was trying to say here is that I like that ChatGPT has some premium features, including memory, custom instructions, canvas mode, voice mode, etc. Folders, which is projects. And it's not correctly rendered in that sentence, which is too condensed, okay? So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to rephrase this part because you left out a lot of the ChatGPT features. List them all. It's okay for this sentence to be over the 48 character limit. Okay, let's try to just simply rephrase this one specific sentence, which is not good enough. But let's keep reading. Censorship and privacy. DeepSeek, some topics, chat, custom instruction, projects, folders, voice mode. Okay, much better. Censorship and privacy. Okay, I can add the proper line breaks right here. And again, I'm going to delete unnecessary emojis. DeepSeek, some topics heavily restricted. Yes. ChatGPT, still not perfect, but less blocked. Who wins? Okay. Again, DeepSeek, perfect if you need free AI, and ChatGPT, great if you need reliability. I think that's a good summary. Ending. Okay. Both offer AI brilliance, each with quirks. I stick to ChatGPT for consistency. You might prefer DeepSeek if your budgets are tight. If your budget is tight, I would say. Call to action, ready to pick a side. Okay, this should probably be here. Drop a comment, Team DeepSeek or Team ChatGPT. Tag a friend who loves new AI experiments. Yeah, that's kind of like the call to action, to ask people to tag a friend. I don't want to do this, but I could do something like, well, let me actually ask ChatGPT to do it. Replace this last sentence for a CTA to watch the full YouTube video. That would be better than tagging a friend. Like, nobody tags a friend on LinkedIn. Okay, so far, like, I'm not 100% convinced. I think I kind of needed to get in there and refine quite a bit. Okay, watch the full YouTube video for an in-depth side-by-side breakdown. Link above. Link should not be above, otherwise LinkedIn is going to kill that post's reach. Okay, but I managed to get to a good place, I think. Okay, so I have my nice structure right here. I have some longer sentences, but most of them are quite short, and the rhythm, the pattern has been broken. I feel like the hook could be a bit stronger. So I'm going to try again. I feel the hook and rehook could be a bit stronger. Help me improve them. Okay, maybe I should have given it some more directions on how to make the hook stronger. Let's see what it comes up with. DeepSeek versus ChatGPT, 2 unstoppable AI titan. Oh, that's lame. Which one will boost your creativity the most? Okay, no. Let's create the hook around what I say in the original transcript of the video. Focus on a content creator's POV. Okay, I need to kind of come back to the basics here because we are wandering away. So you see, sometimes when you work with ChatGPT, it can really go off in the wrong direction. So it is your job as the creative director here to steer it back in the right direction. So here, let's see. DeepSeek versus ChatGPT, forget the hype. From a content creator's POV, which one truly elevates your content? Still not viral. This is not a great hook. Okay, I'm going to try one last time and ask it, I want the hook to express that, yes, DeepSeek made the buzz, but how does it really compare to ChatGPT in terms of everyday use? Okay, that's really what this hook should be about. Now, hopefully this time it gets it right. Okay, this is better. DeepSeek made headlines around the world, but from a busy content creator's angle, does it outshine ChatGPT in everyday tasks? Okay, this is much better. Now, can you fine-tune this and make it more like Ronnie's tone of voice? Let's see if it understands. I never really expressed what defines my tone of voice outside of my main custom instructions and the memory in ChatGPT. Let's see if it can tap into that memory. Not the project's memory, but the ChatGPT memory as a whole. All right, so this is the final version I got. Yes, DeepSeek broke the internet recently, but from a content creator's POV, can it top ChatGPT in your everyday task? I tested them both, no fluff. Here's my user-focused breakdown. Okay, so pricing and access, my 2 lines, user experience, my 2 lines, etc., etc. All right, so this is the final draft I could produce together with ChatGPT right here in Canvas mode. So you've seen me struggling a little bit in Canvas mode. You've seen me go kind of up and down with some so-so outputs from ChatGPT, but know that you have full creative control. And that's how it should be. You shouldn't take what AI writes for you as is and expect it to be the way you want it from the first try. This is an iterative approach. It will always be the case. Otherwise, I'm sorry to say, but you are using it kind of like the wrong way. It needs to be you kind of like running the show. So this is why it took a while, and this is why it should take a while. All right, so that's how it works. Now, I have my copy. I am happy with it. It's now time to publish it on LinkedIn. All right, so I'm going to copy everything here, starting here, copy this, head back to LinkedIn. All right, LinkedIn, let's create a new post. Boom. All right, so now everything is here. All right, so I'm not gonna bore you with me reformatting the entire thing. So I'm just gonna and there you go. It's been reformatted. You can see it's in a good place now. Now, there's one more thing I believe would help make this post viral on LinkedIn. First, I slightly modified when I was kind of like editing it right here in the LinkedIn window. I removed any mention to YouTube because I believe the algorithm would punish me just for having the word YouTube in my caption. So I removed it. Instead, I just said, watch the full video for my in-depth breakdown, okay? And for the rest, it's pretty much what I was able to get to in my last draft. Now, the last thing I think I should be adding is either a photo, a video. I'm not gonna add the link to my YouTube video, which is really what I would like to do, but I know my reach is going to be demolished if I do that. So I think my best option is to add a carousel, which I have crafted. So this is the carousel I have created. Obviously, I'm not gonna do this entire thing right here. I've worked on this afternoon, and I could totally create a separate tutorial about how I made this carousel. That would be a different video. For now, let's just know that I have this 15-page carousel that I have downloaded into a PDF, okay? PDF standard, because that's what carousels need to be on LinkedIn. So I have it here in my downloads. Let me go back to my LinkedIn post right here. I'm going to add the file. So it's a document. So choose the file. I'm going to click here. It should be right here. Yep, this is it. So I'm going to quickly show it to you, comparing apples to apples. Okay, so that's the carousel. Okay, people will be able to flip through, not scroll down. So I'm going to leave it here. You can actually discover the whole thing by going to my LinkedIn profile. I'm going to show you in a second how to get there. I'm going to rename that DeepSeek versus ChatGPT from a content creator's POV. Okay, you can see the document is here, 15 pages. I'm gonna click on done. So now I have my caption, which hopefully will go viral. I have my carousel, which looks fresh. And yeah, the last page of this carousel is a screenshot of my YouTube video. There's no link because I didn't want to risk it. And I'm good to go. I'm gonna post this and hopefully get some good results. All right, so this is what I have. The post is now live. And if you curious about whether or not this post went viral, like what my intention was, you can always scan this QR code to access this piece of content I just posted on LinkedIn. Remember, today is February the 13th, so you are going to see this a week or two later. And yeah, let's see if my project within ChatGPT kind of lived up to its expectation, like of creating my viral post. All right, we are almost done here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorials. Before you leave, I would like to share with you a few more ways you could use projects in ChatGPT. A lot of you might not have a ChatGPT Plus account, and you might be wondering, is it worth the $20? Well, I believe Project is a very powerful feature, not just for organizing your conversation, though this is a great benefit of projects, but its true value lies in what I just demonstrated in this tutorial, in really becoming a hub for a specific project. So let me give you a few other interesting use cases I have been using projects for my personal projects. First, developing courses. I think it's great because the files that I can add, once I have a table of content, I can upload this table of content. If I have some external sources, some material that I use for my research, I can dump it in there, and everything is right there centralized in this hub for my course creation project. Doing research about companies I wanted to invest in, okay, the stock market. So how do I know where to invest? So I can do some background research on individual companies, on industries. I could analyze other investors' strategies with my project. So this is really useful. The type of files I would upload there is maybe some individual documents I would create about an industry. Another way is working on our branding strategy for our business or even our personal brand. So Team Rondi, we are always trying to keep it fresh, like creating a new YouTube channel, being more active on LinkedIn or whatever. So how do I generate these consistent strategies in terms of branding and in terms of content on these platforms? Well, I'm using projects to help me do that. In that case, the types of files I would upload, again, my target audiences, maybe the goals, our color palette, some general like visual guidelines, all of that material is useful for these use cases. Anything related to YouTube content. I have a YouTube strategy project, and within this project, I research the best titles for my videos. I research some ideas in terms of the type of content, the type of hooks that I write for my videos, the type of thumbnails that we could create for our videos, etc., etc. And then on a more personal level, like I have been using a project to kind of like ask for medical stuff and personal like health stuff. So I use ChatGPT not as a doctor, so you could very well upload a few medical files that you have, though that is entirely up to you if you want to share this type of personal information. Me, what I'm sharing is not like something that would change my life. I mean, it's not something that I'm afraid or ashamed, and it really helped me understand some of the potential health problems I might run into, or like I had a surgery not so long ago, and I could really ask some questions that I didn't have an opportunity to ask my doctor at the time because she was not always available, and it really helped me. So yeah, that's just another way to use project. This is where I'm going to leave it. I hope I convince you and you will give projects a shot. Try to use it the way I demonstrated, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave you to this other ChatGPT tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this one. Thanks for watching.